Welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can design this simple new mode flyer on PixelLab. If you are new here, consider subscribing for more design tips and inspiration. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And to my returning viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, so this is PixelLab, and the first thing we'll be doing now is to delete the default text. And we'll head over to import to add the background image we'll be using for this particular design. Okay, so we'll be working with these two background for we'll be manipulating these two images to achieve our background. Okay, so for this blue one, we'll head over to color filters and we'll be increasing the hue of this particular image to 110, increase it to 110. Okay, and this is okay. So after we've done this, we'll just go ahead to increase this. We'll increase this to fill up the entire space of the design interface. And after we've done that, we'll just head over to opacity and we'll be reducing the opacity of this shape to, let's say, 23, and we'll be leaving it like that. Okay, it's okay like that. And we'll head over to layers and we'll be locking this particular image. And for the other one, we'll just go ahead to increase the size. We'll go over to relative size to just increase it to fill up the entire space, and we'll be aligning this at the center like this. Okay, so this is the background we'll be working with for this particular design, and we'll just go ahead to lock it. Then for this, we'll just click on this again, the first blue image we added, and we'll just go ahead to reduce the opacity a little bit. We'll go ahead to reduce the opacity. Okay, it's okay like this. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to add the text to this space here, and we'll be going over to our text tool to type in the text to be adding. Okay, and I'll be typing in July. Okay, so now we'll go over to select a bold font and a long font. And for the course of this video, we'll be making use of Text Manuka Medium. This particular font, we'll be making use of it. Okay, and I'll just go over to size. I'll go over to size to increase the size of this text, and I'll just use my hand to increase it a little bit. Okay, so once we've done this, we'll go over to relative position to align this at the center. And while still clicking on the text, we'll head over to stroke. We'll be adding a stroke, be assigning a white color to the stroke, and we'll be reducing the stroke width to 2. Okay, so after that, we'll head over to shadow. We'll be adding a white shadow also, and we'll be increasing the blur radius to 14. And finally, for the text, we'll head over to inner shadow, and we'll be adding a red color to this, a transparent red color to this. Okay, so this is the hex code of the color. Yes, you can go ahead to just copy it, and we reduce the transparency of the color. So after that, we'll ensure that this is positioned at the center. We'll go over to relative position and align this. And once we're done, we'll just use our position tool to take this down a little bit, and we'll be heading over to our layers to lock this image. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to add the image of the lady here. Okay, and for this, we'll go over to import to import the already downloaded image we have on my gallery. Okay, so this is the image of the lady we'll be using, and I'll just go ahead to reduce the image and replacing it down here. Placing it here. Okay, so you just play around with this until you actually get what you want. So let me just reduce this and place this here. Okay, I think this positioning is okay, and we'll head over to our import tool again to add a radio image. And once we've selected this image, we'll go over to crop, and we'll be changing the direction of this image. Yes, and we'll just reduce the size of this and place it over here. Okay, let's do this well. We'll be placing it over here. Reduce the size again. You can use your hand to actually reduce the size, or you can make use of the relative size tool to reduce the size of this image. Okay, and once this is done, we'll go over to layers to lock the images. And now we'll be introducing our torn paper image here, and okay, and we'll be adding the contact information here. So we'll go ahead to import. Okay, so this is the torn paper. We'll be adding our contact info on, but we don't want this black outskirt to show here. So we'll head over to our erase colors and we'll enable it, and we'll select this color picker to select this black color, to get rid of this black color. And after that, we'll head over to color, and we'll just enable color and select white. Okay, so this is it. Let me just place this over here. You can actually go ahead to distort the image, this image. You can go ahead to do that with your hand, and I'll be making use of the relative position to align this at the center. Okay, so after that is done, we'll just go ahead to our layers to lock the image of this particular torn paper. Okay, but this looks very close to the edge and I don't want it, so I'll just go over to take this up, making use of the position tool. I'll take this up a little bit, and I'll be reducing the size of this image of this lady. I'll go over to relative size to reduce it, and also I'll be using the position tool to change the position. Okay, so this is okay, and we'll go ahead to ensure that everything is locked. So the next thing we'll be doing now, we'll click on this our text, and we'll copy this text. So we'll copy this, and we'll just use our hand to, you can actually make use of your size tool to increase it, but I'll be making use of my hand to increase the size. And the next thing I'll be doing now, I'll go over to 3D rotate, and I'll be rotating this like this. I'll be rotating it in the x-axis direction by 77 degree. Okay, and I'll just use my hand again to increase this. Okay, let's head over to the 3D rotate again and reduce the positioning of the x-axis. Let's say 70, and increase this. Okay, so once we've placed this here, we'll be sending this particular image to the back. Okay, exactly like this, and we'll just be reducing the opacity of this particular text. But before we reduce the opacity of this text, we'll go over to disable the stroke. The stroke will disable the shadow, and will disable the inner shadow, and we'll head over to opacity again to reduce the opacity until we achieve something like this. Okay, so we'll be leaving the opacity as 15, and we'll use our hand to just increase this a little bit, and let's place it here. I'm making use of the relative position tool. Let's align this at the center and see how it is. Okay, so this is okay, but we'll just increase the opacity a little bit. So it looks as though the image of the lady is sitting on a wall or a pavement. with this. Okay, and we'll go ahead to lock this particular text, and we'll click on the image of the lady again, and let's take it a little bit downwards. Okay, and the next thing we'll be doing now is to add the our logo and our social media here. Okay, and I'll quickly do that. Let me import the icons of the social media we'll be using and the logo. Okay, so these are the icons we'll be working with. So we'll just go ahead to reduce the sizes of these images or icon and placing them at the right of this design, the right hand side. Just go ahead to reduce them. Okay, and we'll be making use of the position to ensure that all of them are aligned. Okay, if the sizes of the icons are still looking big, we'll just go ahead to reduce the size, making use of the relative size tool. After that, you can just go ahead to introduce the social media handle. Okay, let me just go ahead to type that quickly. Tonics designs underscore designs, and we'll be making use of a very light font here. So we'll head over to our font to select a light font. Okay, let's try this. We'll be making use of this railway regular, and we'll go ahead to reduce the size of this. We'll reduce the size, and we'll go ahead to spacing to increase the later spacing. And after we've done that, we'll be making use of the position to place the design at the perfect spot here. Okay, and after that, we just go ahead to reduce the size of this logo and placing it here. Then I can go ahead to just write in the brand name, Tonics Designs, and we'll head over to font to select a better font for that. Let's make use of this semi-bold font, and we'll be reducing the line spacing of this, and we'll head over to size to reduce the size of this font, of this text, and making use of the position tool, we'll be placing it here. Okay, it seems as though we'll increase the line spacing. Okay, and this is okay. So after that, we'll head over to the layers, and we'll be locking all the elements here. Okay, and now we'll be typing in the contacts here. So let me do that. Go over to text and quickly type in the contact. And we'll be changing this color to dark red or black. Okay, let's change it to black red, and we'll be changing this to a bold font. We're selecting a bold font for the contact test. Let's try these fonts. Okay, we'll be making use of this Nexa heavy fonts here, and after that, we'll go ahead to size to reduce the size of this, and we'll be aligning this at the center. And we'll go ahead to copy this, and for this copied one we'll just type in contact us at, and we'll be selecting a light font for this. And we can go ahead to reduce the size of this. Okay, so you can actually play with this until you get what you want. And this is a simple flyer. We'll just go ahead to log this. Okay, let's try rotating this text, this July text, this week one. Let's go over to 3D rotate, and let's try. Okay, let's rotate this backward and see how it looks like. Okay, this is actually better. This is better. Let's see how it is. So at the top of this July now, I'll be writing welcome to the month of. So head over to text and type in welcome to the month of. Okay, and for this particular text we'll be making use of an italic font. So let's go over to fonts to select a font like this, and okay, we'll be making use of this jumper personal use only font, and we'll just go ahead to reduce the size. You can use your hand, or you can use the size tool, and we'll go ahead to increase this. We'll increase the letter spacing by 2 or 1. Let's see how this is. And we'll go ahead to go over to size to increase the size by 1, and reduce the letter spacing by 1, and let's see how it is. And let's align this at the center. Okay, we'll align this at the top of this particular text, and let's see how it is. Okay, so this is it. This is a simple new month flyer on PixelLab. Thank you for watching to the end. If you gain value from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button.